walking into the open is a synthetic metal body. Large spear kind of slung over one shoulder, while a rifle is kind of slung around the back. They walk forward and pause, and if I hadn't seen you through 3 sets of eyes, I'd think my sensors would be malfunctioning.
We're quite real. You haven't had very much company, I take it.
To think that there's still life on this desecrated rock. As he kind of looks to the floor, as much as in thought as well, not a face that shows no emotion. As much as thought as,
is Cherry.
Kind of how Cherry looks like when she's in thought.
There are at least 3 different settlements that I know of, not too far from here.
Have they really been so close? But no, we looked. There was nothing.
How long ago did you look?
It was a few decades after the fact. It's been, 90 years?
Much can change in 90 years.
There was nothing to change. Sand and rock. But
the world.
Oh no. As he kind of, with one hand, reaches around to a belt, if you could call it that, where a belt would be, where a number of gear is kind of hooked, and procures what almost appear to be binoculars, and slowly raises them to his eyes and looks at each one of you individually.
Vitus kind of leans against one of the cars and shifts a little uncomfortably.
After taking a short look at everyone, he lowers them and reattaches them to his waist. What passes for a robotic sigh follows after. I know it was too good to be true. I will admit, I've missed it. He lowers his spear, and it's been far too long since I've watched one of you turn to ash.
Oh.
Cherry looks over to Vitus. Yes.
If everybody who would like to fight could roll me initiative.
You don't get a choice in this matter.
Yes, but you could attempt to talk to him and spend your dramatic fail now.
Drew is going to try to talk him down and be like, no, but of course it's going to be a dramatic failure, so it actually doesn't matter. Anything I come up with, it's just going to make it worse. It's probably
you got to roll, so you failed, so you're no longer doomed.
But legitimately, he's gonna try to enter combat, and Drew's gonna try to step half, not fully in between the two of them, but kind of half in between the two, and try to talk him down, and dramatically fail.
Yeah, I mean, even before you attempt to try to talk him down, you try to step in between him and Vitus. As you step forward, he seems entirely content to go after you instead.
Perfect.
Dramatic fail for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I'll roll initiative. Yes.
It's that time.
Do you want me to roll for all three or just for Vitus?
Just roll for Vitus. We'll have your retainer shoot on his turn.
And then Titania will try to stab him. Because all she has is a stiletto.
Yeah, she gets.
How that's gonna work.
Probably not. Especially once you see her strength stat.
Oh wait, I should change the chair. Initiative 11.
You still throwing our things on here?
Yeah, I should have done it like ahead of time, but I am a fool and I did not.
Cherry might try and. Cherry might try and talk this person down. In
the middle of an attack is good.
Hey, I still technically have my 5 presence and a dot of persuasion. This could work.
Hindsight being 2020, I wonder if Blush of Life would have tricked it.
Wouldn't have mattered because Drew was here too.
Oh, what?
He's probably looking for dead things.
Yeah.
Little supernatural goggles.
Yeah.
It's just thermals, man. It's not that fancy.
Special supernatural goggles.
To be fair, I think Drew still has thermals.
I looked it up previously. I couldn't find anything that said they were just cold, but the liminal aura still gives the feel of this person is kind of off, dead, like
Oh yeah.
to, well, the living.
That's
And it interferes with electrical equipment as well. So
interesting.
I said I agreed thermals were going to work, so they're working. But yeah, so your attempt to try to talk this guy down is met only with a spear thrust.
You kind of cut out there.
Yeah, I have no
Yeah,
idea.
I was trying
Talk
to
to someone else.
stop my dog from barking so that you all don't have to listen to that.
Yeah, so normally I'd say you get your defense. But you did just dramatic failure trying to talk this guy down.
This is true.
So let's see if the damage actually works on this character. Oh, I didn't roll an attack roll like a fool.
Oh no.
Okay, well, 5 lethal.
So, hold on. Let's see. Oh wow, that'll be expensive. So I'll do that. I'll go ahead and spend the plasm to downgrade all of that to bashing.
Okay.
How much
Your turn.
plasm is that?
5.
Can you spend 5 plasma in a turn?
The downgrading damage ignores the
count,
per
okay.
turn limit.
Alright. Your turn.
Oh, it's Drew's turn.
Yes.
Oh,
You rolled a 12
okay.
as well.
Well, hell. Okay, so we are. I don't think singing at this bot is gonna do anything. So, honestly, Drew is that kind of really hurt. He's gonna back up and back off a bit because he doesn't actually have any weapons. And punching a metal being like this doesn't seem like the greatest of ideas. So Drew's gonna get some cover and see what else happens and just like move and defend himself.
Okay. Vitus.
Seeing Drew take that kind of blow, Vitus is actually gonna move to Drew. And I am actually gonna perform my rank 3. Okay, so that's going to be, hold on. Harmlessly.
We're still okay. It's only 5 bashing.
All right, fine. You don't want to be healed? Fine.
To be fair, 5 bashing is pretty close to being knocked out. Actually, maybe not.
I still have 3 open boxes. None of the boxes are, giving wound penalties as yet, and it's just bashing. We're okay.
You also got to consider he's a Sin Eater.
Yeah.
Even if he dies, he comes back.
Yeah, fair enough.
Then again, I don't know how he died. Or he might have told me, but I might have forgotten. So,
long time ago.
Yeah.
And realistically, do you really think Vitus knows anything about Sin Eaters? Because I think you would need to.
It might have been hard to notice, but so the spear thrust comes, and the moment the spear strikes him, a white gooey substance goes into the wound, and so the spear hits him and comes out of him, and what should have been a bloody hole is actually just kind of a bad bruise. There's a hole in his clothes, but he's not bleeding.
Well, fine. In that case, Vitus isn't really much of a combatant, but he's gonna go for, I guess, maybe a grapple against this guy. What's his defense?
Defense is 5.
I get a single roll. Strength plus brawl. Let me confirm if I get vigor on that, or do I need to spend a point of vitae to...
Pretty sure vigor just passively increased your strength, though.
Vigor passively increases strength. If you spend a vitae, you add your vigor to your damage roll.
Okay, so this isn't for damage, though, so... Okay. So... Okay... It's 5. Here we go. There's a good chance I'm not gonna succeed on this, but
Willpower. Oh, you got one.
But he gets the counter roll.
No.
Oh.
Not on the initiating. That's what the minus defense is for. This was something we learned last vampire game. There was quite the discussion on how do grapples actually work. But he is grappled. Upon seeing this, would your children shoot?
Is he the only one there?
Yes.
Likely would not shoot, but as stated, Titania doesn't shoot. She stabs. She doesn't have a gun.
We don't. We don't.
Okay.
He has
attacking into a grapple is still not ideal, I believe.
I mean, it's a stiletto, and she's not a combatant. There's a good chance it's not going to do anything.
Doesn't she? Because she's a retainer, she uses retainer rolls right now, which means she has 3 dice to this.
At most, yeah. Which is actually more than what she would have normally. She would have 2 dice normally if he were to just go off of the sheet.
He made all this trouble of going through the sheets. I'm gonna use the sheets, okay?
That means
Because
it's even
Tolus
weaker.
is- Well, okay, we can go with the retainer dots, but then Tolus is using retainer dots too.
That would still put him at like 6 dots.
Yeah.
Well, how much does he shoot normally? Like, a lot?
7 or
Normally he shoots
7 or 8.
7 plus professional training.
God.
We'll go off the sheets.
Okay. I'm fine with it.
I'm feeling adventurous today. I don't remember what it's the penalties for attacking into grapple are, so I don't care. Wow.
What?
One.
Thank you. Wait. Oh yeah, he wouldn't get his defense. He's grappled. Never mind. Derp.
Well, I assume Tolus is not firing.
Probably not.
But you do notice, though, this shoe doesn't really do much.
Well,
Shoe?
he said a shoe. Technically, stiletto's a type of blade. So it's a very small dagger.
It's a dagger, yeah.
Wait, what am I thinking of?
You're thinking of stiletto heels. Stiletto, that gets its
man.
name from the dagger.
Okay, the little dagger doesn't do anything either.
It's an actual weapon, at least, though.
I honestly figured it wasn't, considering what that character is. Cherry.
Cherry's actually going to step back, like raise her hands a little bit, and say, I don't know who you believe you are dealing with, but this is, but I can promise you that, that we are not, that collectively we do not intend to be enemy combatants, and this is the world that you currently find yourself in, and is not the same world where you were from, nor is it where I am from, nor where anyone else here is from. This world, I do not quite understand what is going on. However, the fact that 2 people here are dead is not necessary. Is not the same thing as these people being the enemies you fought before. Jerry's gonna attempt to talk him down. Am I allowed to roll for that?
I mean, you can give me the roll, but he is still being grappled by Vitus, so...
Yeah.
Even if you manage to convince him otherwise,
Yeah.
he is still quite engaged in combat.
Yeah. Cherry mostly just wants to defuse the situation, and luckily, Cherry, this is the first time Cherry gets to roll her presence skill, her presence attribute. She doesn't get 10 again, but is that everything? Oh, let me check. Let me quickly check thing. Let me quickly check how this works. I'm sorry. Suppression. Can't spend willpower. Loses 10. Yes, I lose 10 again and can't spend willpower. Okay. Presence plus persuasion. Don't reroll 10s. 6 dice, only 1 success. You know.
I mean, statistically, it's not that horrible.
Yeah. Cherry is stepping back, and her hands are in the air to not show any weapons. Yeah.
Okay. Highest of the initiative of the grappled individual, so I need the grapple check.
All right, now this time it's an actual competition.
It is strength brawl, yes.
Cherry is surprisingly good at talking when she can.
Don't worry, you rolled 3 ones.
I mean, I could still turn up 0 successes, but you know.
Yeah.
There it
4
is.
ones. You rolled 4 ones.
I feel like he should get the initiative for that. That's not how it works. Yeah, this grapple is going nowhere. Drew.
Drew is going to look around for some kind of weapon, whether it be a pipe or like a big wrench or something metal that might have a chance of damaging this thing.
Okay. One moment. Realistically, wouldn't Tullus still have the weapons on him? Because we wouldn't have left them in the RV.
There were way more than you could carry on one person. But
right.
Tullus probably could have carried extra weapons.
Or maybe a couple other party members.
I actually really forgot that we got weapons.
So if you want to have a weapon, go ahead and have a weapon.
Grenade. Pick grenade.
He actually, I'm not sure he would have taken one because he doesn't even have a dot in weaponry.
Well, it was also firearms too. If you have a dot in firearms.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Okay, well then.
You have one in athletics?
Yes.
Grenade.
Yeah, he's
Bows.
pretty good with it. Grenade.
I don't think the
grenade.
grenade is going to help you here, unless you want to grenade your vampire. He would take bashing, I think.
No.
Do they still take aggravated from explosions?
If I was within the initial blast range, there's a good chance I would take aggravated because of the heat from the blast.
Yeah, with especially anti-personnel stuff, there's shrapnel and heat and shockwave.
Okay,
So
well, I'm not gonna say you can't have a grenade, but I don't think it'll help you.
Drew wouldn't throw a grenade into there.
He doesn't hate Vitus that much yet.
Yeah, so given his dots, he wouldn't have. I don't believe he would have, picked up a weapon and brought it in with him. But he's going to look for something makeshift now.
There's a number of maintenance tools, wrenches, screwdrivers, pipes, whatever.
So I imagine the quick hunt and pickup and readying for an attack for his next turn will be this turn, yeah?
Probably. It is running around, then picking up an item. Probably wouldn't even have the movement to get back, realistically. Cherry.
Honestly, Cherry doesn't want to, enter an altercation here. She doesn't think this battle is needed. It's just sort of, this happened.
I mean, realistically, Vitus is only grappling, so if I win, I'm gonna do the disarm maneuver and get that spear away from him. That's my own. No. Vitus doesn't really want to be in this fight either.
Food is right there.
He's a robot.
Oh, it's a robot. I didn't hear that. Sorry. I wasn't paying attention. My bad.
It's a robot.
Neolithic man doesn't know the difference. No,
Yeah, that's
He's just a man wearing metal.
Metal-skinned man.
Crunchy.
Cherry's just like Cherry just doesn't know how to handle this situation, and
All she knows.
I'm trying to think of what she would do here. I don't think the answer is she wouldn't like enter an altercation.
Roll for it.
I don't. I think the most likely thing for her to do is just start expositing. Just expositing what's been happening and what they know.
Okay, so the monologue starts.
That actually might work. Like, the world is falling apart and we're all gonna die unless you stop trying to kill us.
I guess she just starts expositing. I don't know what she
gonna
rolls
take
for
a few
expositing.
I'm not gonna make you roll to start rambling, but it's gonna take some time.
Yeah. Okay. Cherry's now expositing in the background.
Extended action. I mean, we could collect some successes here.
Even be an extended action. Oh,
But it's not about. I don't think it's about how you're saying it. It's just gonna take a while to say it coherently.
yeah.
Like, if you just try to speak any faster, he's not gonna understand what you're saying.
Yeah. It's mostly, she's not going to speak too fast. It's just like she is explaining what's happening while this all is going on. So that's just happening in the background now. Oh, someone is expositing.
Okay.
I guess.
Grapple checks.
Here we go again. All right, you know.
Another 3 ones.
You know, I hate that you're rolling so fast because then I feel bad if I add in a point of willpower. I was debating it, but then you rolled 1 success and I'm like, that would look really cheapy. Nope, I fail.
Oh no!
All right.
So the bot.
Has control of the grapple.
Yep.
Yeah.
What move would he want to? You don't have a weapon.
Nope.
You can just drop the grapple.
Yeah, on it, break free, stab would probably be what he does. Yeah, break free from the grapple as a reflexive action, take another action immediately afterwards.
Yep. Luckily, whatever I'm take is going to be bashing.
Next
Consider
question.
giving him kindred dueling, but I decided
What is the haft of that spear made out of?
I don't think there's any material that will harm Kindred
it's
more.
not a stake.
Yeah, wood.
It is metal. So, what is your defense?
My defense is only 3. Three bashing?
3 basher.
Okay.
Drew.
Well, Drew's gonna step up and swing, hopefully from behind. Not sure how the map is playing out in your head.
You can get behind him. He's kind of focused on stabbing.
Well,
They were
it's,
just in a grapple, you know. It's
yeah. And so this is a strength and weaponry, right?
yeah.
All right. So
Minus... Yeah. No.
minus the 1
Yeah.
because he's unskilled. Zero. He's really good with weapons.
I can tell. Yeah, your wrench doesn't. It makes contact, but it deflects off pretty easily. But you know, a clang of metal, but that's about it.
Oh yeah, this thing
Not very
probably has
forceful.
armor, doesn't it?
Is armor.
Mhm.
Vitus. I don't know if you actually get a turn because you were in a grapple, but I'm going to give you a turn.
Well, grapple 2 electric boogaloo. I am burning a point of willpower for this one.
-5.
-2, technically, with the...
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm okay at establishing these grapples, it's just actually doing anything with them.
Cherry continues expositing.
Contested grapple.
I'm burning another
let-
point.
Okay.
I enjoy the concept of this fight because it's 3 people like grappling and fighting each other, while someone is just expositing in the background.
I don't want to...
She's calling the duel. And in this corner, we got the robot guy with the spear.
Realistically, I don't want to be here. I just... Yes!
Nice.
I am taking that spear away from him.
Okay. Are you control weapon or disarming?
Disarming. I want to basically...
Well, you have to succeed on control weapon first, so...
Okay. Well, then control weapon first.
One more contested roll.
And after he actually gets a hold of the weapon, he's just going to be like, realistically, I just don't want to be stabbed again, and you shouldn't be stabbing people you've just met.
You're right, I should be burning you. I didn't bring the right equipment for the job.
You know, I didn't ask or even check. Do I need to be subtracting this thing's defense from his roll?
He's in a grapple now, too.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
no.
All right. Well, we're gonna spend a willpower and get some extra dice this time. Oh my god.
No.
0. It's really good with weapons.
Cherry has finally got into what the demon was telling them earlier. It's been a while talking, but you finally got through all the spirit stuff, all the hunters, the werewolves, just getting to how the world's done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Contested grapple time.
I'm doing it again.
Okay.
Willpower.
Yep.
Ooh.
Nope.
Dang.
So I guess he
He would have
This
to
is
take control of the weapon again.
Yeah.
If nothing else, I'm keeping him locked.
Yeah.
Unless he wants to just give up the weapon and end the grapple.
He'll give up the weapon and then draw his rifle. Do you want that?
Oh.
I mean, realistically, it does about the same amount of damage.
He can auto-fire the rifle, though. But no, he's gonna control weapon again. Although this is gonna drag it out, realistic wants to stab you. Drew.
Well, so still in a grapple, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We're a swinging. I mean, there's not a whole lot else he can do, really. And 0. Kind of don't want to burn, his whole willpower bar for one fight.
Yeah.
I know the feeling.
You've done 3 already?
Yeah. And I had already
Just keep
burned one
rolling.
earlier.
Ooh. There's just a lot of 2s being rolled today.
I wasn't sure if you were gonna say what Cherry had gotten up to this time, so I got confused there for a second.
No.
Just about finishing the.
Roll weapon. Control weapon level 2.
You
Level.
want to wrench again?
The wrench, you say?
If you so wish.
I mean, the other option is to try punching. You know what?
Hey, why don't you just like unscrew something from him?
Drew has 0 dots in science, and
0 dots in craft, and
yeah,
computers and academics. All the roles that realistically you might be able to use.
just for the hell of it, like out of frustration, Drew's gonna like kick this thing in the back and see how that works.
I mean, your brawl is much higher than your weapon.
It is, but it's also, a metal thing.
I mean, you could have theoretically gotten like tonfas or brass knuckles.
Okay, so the kick hits, but what am I doing for damage here, Gandhi?
Well, it's 2 bashing at base.
1 bashing because he's got 1 general armor.
Thud.
Yeah, thud.
Rip a wire out.
And the person that does have academics and crafts is the one trying to manhandle this thing.
The person whose explicit weakness is social is the one trying to diffuse the situation. So
You're all going against your natures in this fight.
I mean, I technically have 4 strength. This isn't
Okay.
too horrible. I say technically because it's 3 strength and then 1 vigor.
I am expositing right now. To be fair,
You've just finished wrapping up the what you'd learned about the vampire city, New Petra, and why you were sent here. Just about finished.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go again.
I've just rolled. This is actually.
This is painful.
This is painful.
Control weapon?
No. He's gonna break free.
Oh, so I get his spear.
Yeah.
So what is it gonna do?
Breaks
now?
away from this grapple and kind of back steps as he unslings the rifle and is. If what you're saying is true, then it looks like there's far more to turn to ash. I'll have to let the others know. Everything else is interesting, but could be a lie. As of now, I still see the foe in front of me, and I will have vengeance.
Before he's able to say anything else, Vitus goes, and also the vampire city wants us to resurrect its firstborn vampire. Wouldn't you rather take out Daddy Vampire?
We already did.
He's apparently awake, according to them. Might want to double check on that first.
Sending him after arrival. Nice.
True.
I don't.
So he's
Vengeance
this
against-
bot's now talking more now rather than attacking.
Well,
He has a rifle
he was
try.
speaking as he was backing away and unslinging, an
Backing into Drew.
Not in. He got hit from the back. He knows you're there. He's going a different direction.
Fair.
Vengeance against who? Cherry would
You
just
know
say.
what? You know what? Why the hell not? Drew's gonna drop the wrench and try grappling the thing itself himself. How about that?
Yes! Yes!
Give me the grapple at -5.
Wait, -5 dice?
That's
For his defense,
yeah.
yep.
God damn. All right then. You know what? You got it.
Sure
Hey,
does.
he's grappled again.
Wow.
Vitus.
Try shooting your gun now.
Is there any way I can assist Drew?
I don't think you can teamwork grapple. That would seem kind of weird. Depends what you're trying to assist with.
I would just essentially I want to disarm this guy completely. So I want to, if I could, I would want to help try to get rid of that rifle.
I don't think there's rules for it, but give me a like a strength brawl at -2, because they're kind of grappling each other.
A -2.
You've got the rifle.
All right. A hold of it, or I actually got it away from him. Clarification.
Got it away from you.
All right. Is that my entire action, or do I kind of get like a reflexive action here?
You could have a reflexive action, that'd be your instant.
With whatever hand that I have a hold of that rifle, I am now going to sling it as far as my arm allows me to across the room. So essentially, I'm grabbing it and then just chucking it behind me.
Okay. Cherry, you finally finished.
Hmm. Hmm. What does she do now? Because the reaction she got was just yeah, sure, what the fuck, why not? What the fuck, there's people in front of me, fuck you. No, and it's just like, How do I even describe things? I'm trying to think of what she's doing.
Can always pass your turn if you've got nothing. I mean,
I think
Nothing is a choice.
yeah. I guess she just sits down. I don't think she think I can't think of a way to like talk this person down more without escalating the situation. So I guess she just does nothing. She doesn't want to like fight because I don't think he's actually after her. He's just after the ones who are dead. Yes, she just does nothing.
strength roll.
This time not at a -5 though.
We got a 2. Oh no!
Breaks free.
Fair.
Again, stumbles backward and... Very well. Perhaps I was foolish to go in alone. You win for now, demons.
What do you think I am?
Turns and start looking at it.
Hold on. What do you think I am?
He's running away.
Hmm. You know what? I want to do something stupid and impulsive. Cherry? Don't follow me. And Cherry's gonna go after him.
I knew this was coming.
She just says to the group, "Don't follow me," and then goes after him.
So Drew looks at Vitus.
Vitus immediately turns to Tullus and Titania. Follow her.
They take off as well.
I figure they will be less aggravating than the two of us following, because he seemed to have a clear issue with the two of us more than anybody else.
He was plenty happy to stab me.
Same as me. Unlike you, Vitus still just has an open hole that he just doesn't care.
Actually, to look up healing rates now.
So, as their chase begins, we're going to jump back to our truck who's speeding down the road.
Bashing's 1 per 15 minutes, by the way.
Does Kalmir have anything to make the truck go faster?
Oh, absolutely, he does.
Paint it red.
It.
Paint it red.
I will accept that.
Probably the best spell for it would be the Forces one, because I don't think he can teleport yet.
Not quite yet, no. So velocity control would be the best bet, and probably the most fun. Meta question: is there a lot of turns in this route?
Occasionally, yeah.
Does Stahl have any points in drive?
No. I don't like where this is going.
Because we could get up to like 800 plus miles an hour.
Are you ready to zoom, Stahl? Are you ready?
Want to go fast?
Did
I was gonna
say 800?
Yeah, Mage is stupid. You can double or half velocity for each potency.
Yeah, so potency 4
So-
is, if the vehicle is going 50 normal, at potency 4, it'll be going 800.
I hope you don't have to turn very much.
That's why I asked.
You just get...
I hope you have a nice flat racetrack that you can drive along.
Essentially do what you do in Skyrim or Fallout when you set the speed multiplier all the way up. You just aim yourself in the general direction, you tap the button once and see where you land.
Is there any way to avoid?
I mean, we can just go slow, the normal speed, but I don't know how long it's going to take to get there.
He wants his double rate.
And I was promised teleportation, and we weren't teleported. So Kalmir's getting impatient.
I guess you could theoretically, whenever you're about to hit a tree, try and use break boundary, but that would require some ability to very quickly respond.
I'm sure.
Well, it doesn't have to be 800.
And besides, I'm sure a vehicle moving at 800 is gonna go clean through a tree.
Trying to process what you could possibly use. Maybe Forces has something.
So once you get into the more open grassland area, it'd be much easier to increase your speed to stupid levels and travel that way.
Okay.
But because you're still in the south, you've got to go basically either through the city or around it. Either way, you can't drive 200.
I figured not through the city. That'd be a bit much. I can take time to cast said spell, though, so maybe by the time we're out of the city, it takes effect.
Yeah, it's an hour to cast normally?
Hour, yeah.
Yeah, so you can get to pretty open ground for an hour. Because presumably Stahl is probably, foot on the gas going.
Yeah.
You have what's your Forces?
4.
You could rend friction.
That's gonna make it, I'll either destroy the truck or just, no, that's gonna be bad. It'll double the penalty for his handling.
Yeah.
That's gonna make it worse.
It's exactly what he typed in chat.
Yeah.
God, no, stop, please. Oh, you forgot your -1 on skilled.
Oh, wait, here's an interesting question. Does it slow down at the same rate it would speed up?
Are we
You
really
can
asking
reduce it.
G-Force questions?
Not necessarily G-force questions, just stopping questions. So if I cast a spell at 0 and then he goes to 50, he goes from 0 to 800 in the same amount of time.
Actually,
0 to 50.
Can you affect the whole? Is your velocity power large enough to affect the whole? Is it possible for you to affect the whole size?
Well, it doesn't give a size restriction.
Yeah. It says the mage must be able to affect the whole size to affect it with the spell. She can target only the first jump.
I think that more means you have to do the whole thing instead of just a piece of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, it's just you have to do the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah. So once you get out into more open land, it'll probably take effect.
Okay.
If you want to increase it slightly and not 800.
All right. We'll increase it slightly. We can go. How about 200? 200 fine? That's just potency 2.
Stahl, can you drive at 200? We're about to find out.
Again, I have a drive of 0.
Cherry's the only person in the group with fucking drive.
For going mostly straight and open grassland area, should be fine.
To be fair, you don't normally need drive for easy driving.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
This is the first time I've ever used drive. And this is like life-threatening.
that's how drive is. Drive is either when you use drive, it's either now or never, or you just don't use it. That's how drive works.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
This is how you learn. You want to learn to snowboard, you go at the top of the mountain and you go down.
On the bright side, on the bright side, when I do die, not if, when I do die, I'll at least complete a milestone.
There you go. That's thinking ahead.
Life gives you the test first and the lesson after.
Hey, and realistically, if you do send him at over 800 miles per hour, he could then fall into torment and detonate himself, so he's essentially an exploding railgun.
I guess you could use environmental shield for the environmental effect of going way too
Just give me the archive. Give me the roll.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, we stalled out on that too much.
I already put it in the spell helper, so I have all my dice pool ready.
Let's fucking see what this does.
I'm not gonna fact check you because I don't know how to fact check you, so I'm gonna trust you. Give me the roll.
All right. Let me go back. It just should be 13 dice. Roll. Oh, exceptional success.
Oh, 5 successes. That's 100.
The successes don't really matter so much as
it does now because you rolled an exception.
Hold on to your butts.
How does exception?
There's a list of effects you can choose for exceptionals on spells.
What page is it on? Remind me.
I have to find it again, but I found it like the other night.
Okay.
I'm trying to help. This is what fucking Mage does to you.
I know there is because I didn't believe you when you just said you get a mana back.
I think that's one of them.
One of them is you recover all mana you spent on the spell and you get a mana.
Ah,
Jesus.
Okay, here we go. So you regain 1 spent point of willpower automatically.
Okay.
And you may choose one of the following results: a bonus step in the primary spell factor. I don't know, I don't think that helps. Reach in the primary spell factor. A condition which will give arcane beats when resolved on either the mage or her subject. All mana spent on the spell is refunded and the mage receives 1 more point of mana, or ignoring withstand levels and taking effective full bonus.
We know you're gonna take the condition because experience.
Because experience, yeah. So I'll take the XP. I need a condition though.
What condition would be good here?
It's been decided that I'm not allowed to cheat with conditions with Cherry because Cherry gets too many conditions.
Fastest Neolithic man in existence.
Yeah, you're kind of going, you know. What's
Vertigo would be a condition.
What's your potency right now?
Oh yeah. What did I cast that potency at?
2, you said original.
2. So do 2. So he's going at least 200 if he's going 50.
I genuinely don't know what condition would be good here.
Well, we can hold off on that and continue on.
Yeah.
Just to keep the narrative
What's
going.
happening in the background? Oh.
How long will it take us to get there?
I don't know, Stahl, give me a drive, a wits drive.
Can I get a beat for this too? I feel like I'm risking something too.
Is it wits or... I think it's honestly dex.
I think it's dex.
I think normally it's Dex.
Yeah, give me a dex drive.
Okay.
Burn willpower if you have to, my brother.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I don't think 3 dice is gonna make a difference. I only have 1 left, so I'll survive this at least, even if Kalmir doesn't.
Kalmir has forces mage armor. He'd be fine.
I'll be all right.
Alright, just let me fill this out real quick. Good. I forgot to add dex. Oops. Okay. I have. Yeah. This is like not good.
You have what? 1 die? 2 die? 2.
1 die.
Oh, so close.
You could have spent the willpower. I think willpower was fine there, but you know, okay.
He's only got he's got to save it.
So, By the time you reach your destination, this vehicle is not in a very good state. You lost the last tire about a mile back.
You're driving on rims.
The sparks.
By the time this vehicle finally crawls to a stop, the engine's smoking, the frame, the body is just dented to all hell. This isn't moving again. And apart from occasionally, a small rock chipping your forehead, you're all right. But you do reach your destination much faster than you would normally. It still takes a while. But the last known position, this mountain, further up ahead you do spot what looks to be an RV parked at the bottom of a footpath. Stahl, I mean, you recognize this is the same RV you stole. I mean,
All right. So I looked at Kalmir. I put a hand on his shoulder, and I just grip like as hard as I can, just grabbing him by the shoulder. I'm never going anywhere with you ever again. And I open the door, and then I just like force it shut, and the door probably like breaks off, and I go to the RV.
There's nothing really keeping the door on. When you open it, it falls with you. It just falls out.
I fucking love this.
I just stumble out. I'm just
The door
like,
opens, and it's like a cartoon where all the parts just fall off the car. The bumper drops. The doors break off.
I just don't look at him anymore. I'm just like, no. I'm just going.
That was
I go to the RV.
interesting experience. The spirit didn't move that way. And I'll follow Stahl, because I don't know where everyone else is.
So, jumping back to the other three. Well,
The other
one.
two?
The one and the NPCs. You give chase. He is quite easily able to keep ahead of you and get distance.
Mhm.
And as you follow the wrecks on the street slowly stop, and the streets are empty. There's less bodies. The city's still in terrible condition. Things are falling apart and overgrown. As you run down the street, the first of a very rhythmic kind of crashing.
I'm sorry, I do have to ask. His speed's over 10?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure.
You made
Unless
it.
I was blind. Yeah, I made him. His speed's 12.
Okay.
He's a fast boy. He's a robot.
It's got wheels.
Oh no, but but yeah, the crashing and whatnot almost echoes around the streets. As you can hear what almost, how would I describe this? An engine. A low engine, but it's a loud It's not very high pitched, but it's loud. As further down the street, blocking the road, steps a very, very large machine. This is still humanoid shaped, but what looks like almost mech out of science fiction film steps around the corner, almost as tall as some of the buildings, and turns to block your path.
Well, I guess she stops. Can't exactly get past that. Hello? No. Hello. She looks up to the mech.
The ghouls do stop behind you in a bit of disbelief, but following in this thing's footsteps is a number of very similar mechanical people that you've been chasing. A dozen of them follow around. There's a pause as they sort of just take up almost a rank and file line.
Hello? Oh. Yeah.
One finally steps forward, weapons put away. Everyone else still has theirs drawn, but steps forward and... You travel with the undead, you are aware of this.
Well, yes. Yes, perhaps, I have only for a short amount of time, and right now, I don't truly understand what is going on here. I don't truly understand what is going on here. Here, I can promise you, I can promise you I am not a blood bag or a ghoul. At least I am not.
Titania is actually gonna step forward here, if you don't mind me stepping in.
You can take control of your retainers, I don't mind.
Titania's gonna kind of take a step forward here and actually speak the very first words anybody's ever heard her speak. While we may travel with the undead, it was your units that started the aggression. Now, we're unaware of any sort of situation that you might be embroiled in with these type of beings, but surely there are matters of greater importance that need to be dealt with. Even if your feud with the undead is just and valid, I'm sure that the two that are currently in your midst pale in comparison to the entire city that just sits outside of your border.
At this point, I believe that they are under the impression that the world is at a point where it has nigh ended. At least for them, and I imagine they were right.
Titania kind of turns her head towards Cherry and she goes, I would allow them to answer their own, or to answer that on their own, rather than making assumptions.
That is a true statement. And however I worry about it. However I worry about the. However I worry about the about about how trying to divert focus will avail us.
Your assumptions are indeed correct. We have already searched the world looking for survivors and found nothing but dust, an ash, tainted world. That accursed day wiped all life from us. We survive yet stubbornly. We have already dispatched scouts to confirm whether or not there is somehow a world again. Your existence would prove that there is, and this is worrying. There was nothing left. And yes, there are bigger problems. There's a reason we have maintained our vigil here, but that is not your concern.
I don't think you stand in a position to tell me what my concern is or isn't, as you know nothing about me, just as I know nothing about you. Is that not a fair statement as well?
You hear a very slow spinning as what looks to be a large, almost Gatling gun on that large mech's arm start to spin.
So you plan on
I
firing
believe we
upon
can
civilians? She kind of just shakes her head.
When the world's engulfed in flames, the line between civilian and combatant is mighty blurred, especially with our foe. There were no civilians left. The undead killed them. As far as we know, you're nothing but thralls that were hiding in the dirt and have finally come out.
Do you have a method to test that?
We did. But time is a fickle device, and it was not seen needed to maintain such devices, as the world is dead.
Your world is, and I do not doubt that.
Much to my companion's point, that was your world. This is this world.
I cannot. I admit, this isn't. I admit. I'm not. Yep. I am not. I am not someone who can be immediately trusted. It by you. However, if you wish, you may take me into your custody, and I will not. And I will not act against you. I can promise that everything I say is true, and can likely be independently verified. However, I cannot say that this will happen soon. And I am aware, or at a certain level, that all of this is likely very untrustworthy. However, one could However, I would also like to say that one could tell a better lie.
The machine speaking to you sort of steps forward almost as to respond before abruptly halting. As he and every other one there sort of turn around and look at each other. Shortly after, the screeching can be heard.
Is that a car?
No. A choir of different screeches can be heard in the distance. Everyone can hear this. Even
Not like that.
Stahl and Kalmir, who have just pulled up, can hear it echoing over the mountains, if faintly.
Do you know that noise?
I'm afraid we'll have to deal with you in but a moment. As they all sort of hastily turn and start running, sprinting almost, weapons drawn. The large mech moves much faster than you think it would as it sort of takes off in a sprint, crushing asphalt and parked cars as it runs. In the distance, even though there's no sun to give them the contrast, the flock of yellow eyes takes form on the horizon. And we're going to end there for tonight.
All right,
Oh,
everybody.
damn.
I realistically know what it is, but Titania wouldn't have any idea.
A Screech?
I don't actually know what it is because I don't know Old World of Darkness, and I feel like this is
It's
that.
not Old World. It's
It's
What's this then?
Strix.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Cherry would know that. Cherry would be able to put that up immediately, but you know.
So, how's Drew feeling?
Half useless and half useful. He it weirdly, fortunately, wasn't able to do much damage to this thing. Because it actually ended up okay that we didn't like wreck it. Kind of weird that way. So he felt like he was a little bit ineffective, but that it ended up turning out all right. Beyond that, there's a lot to figure out. So he's in a tough spot, but we'll just have to see how that goes. And for me, what the hell is that thing? I actually don't know what that is, even though it's been named. I still have no idea. So that'll be fun.
Okay. So, I've got
Sinking the teeth into it. I'm excited. I want to see where this goes.